All right. Welcome back to another series. We in Bamidbar, which is Numbers. We have gone quite a way. We're in chapter 25, and we're just gonna read on, and we're gonna get the key points video out, and go from there. And Israel dwelt in Shittim, and the people began to whore with the daughters of Moab. All right, we see here, key right here. The people began to whore, men and women. All right. So a whore doesn't necessarily mean just a woman. It also involves a man as well, sleeping with multiple partners. As we go into the New Testament, it talks about fornication. And then the daughters of Moab. All right. You want to look up the history of Moab. See if you're from that lineage. All right. Find out who these people were, if they're still around today. And you're going to see how God feels about these people as we read on. And they invited the people to the slaughterings of their mighty ones, and the people ate and bowed down to their mighty ones. All right, so this is key here. The 10 Commandments have been put out yet. One of the commandments was, you shall not have no other God before me, right? So you want to look up that commandment. We see here, they began to whore with these daughters of Moab, and they invited those same people to the slaughterings of their mighty ones, so their sacrifices to their gods. And they ate and bowed down to their mighty ones, so their gods as well. So a key point here, these women, depending on who you go after, if they're not of the same religion as you, they can lead you away. They can invite you into their lifestyle and habits without you having any care in the world about what you were taught or raised in. So just because you were taught at a young age, don't take the enemy for granted, all right? They're very skilled at what they do. And it's not to say that they're out here to do evil. This is just their lifestyle. This is how they were raised. And if they decide to change, that's on them. So that's another key point. You can't change anyone. All right. Thus, Yisrael was joined to Baal Peor, and the displeasure of, we have the name of God right there, burned against Israel. And we have the name of God right there, said to Moshe, take all the leaders of the people and hang them up before, we have the name of God right there, before the sun, so that the burning displeasure of, we have the name of God right there, turns away from Israel. And Moshe said to the judges of Israel, each one of you kill his men who were joined to Baal Peor. So this is key right here. God is giving Moshe a commandment, all right, for what the displeasure that was brought upon the people for joining into Baal Peor. You want to look up this name. This could be the mighty one, all right. This could be a woman, or you don't know. You have to check that out. If you're reading along and read previous passages, find out about the people. That's how you'll have a better understanding as well about what's going on. And you see that they were going to get killed, all right, for what they did here. So that's key. We see that God has a deep displeasure of sin. So you just want to be aware of those sins. There is a scripture that gives those a little bit of comfort. It says that all things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial. So knowing that, you may get involved with some sins. There's also a verse that says that some sins that you still struggle with from the sin that's within. It's in the New Testament. And if you look up struggling with sin, you'll find that verse. And it just talks about if it's a struggle, if it's something that you don't want to do and you keep falling into it, like a habit or something like that, that's how you know that you're getting over sin and you're battling it. Now, some people, they have no care in the world. They just do it countless a number of times, and then they don't really have guilt or, want to go to God to really stop it. All right. It takes a lot of time and you have to have self-control, but just have patience. You'll get there. You may mess up at times, but you just want to keep going, keep praying, and try to stop that. All right. So as we keep going, you see, all right, being killed was one of those consequences of joining with Baal Peor. And see, one of the children of Israel came and brought to his brothers a Midianite woman before the eyes of Moshe and before the eyes of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping at the door of the tent of appointment. And when Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took his spear in his hand And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. Thus the plague among the children of Israel came to a stop, and those who died in the plague were 24,000. So we see right here, the woman and the man, the Midianite woman, see that they both were struck with a spear straight through their belly. All right, there was a plague that was going on because of what they did. And you see how serious this is. All right, back then it was a little different. They didn't have like the structure that we have now in place, where it's even around the world with officers and court systems like that. It wasn't as oversaw or overseen like how it is now, but back then, how they were getting killed and things like that, it really wasn't like something that not seen before. It was just kind of just a part of their culture, all right. But then he thrust both of them, the man of Israel and the woman, through her belly. So even though the man was from the same people, because he brought a woman from the land that he wasn't supposed to, and it caused evil, we see what happened there, all right. So as we go down here, verse 13, the name of the man of Israel who was struck with the Midianite woman, was Zimri, son of Salu, a leader of a father's house among the Shemonites. And the name of the Midianite woman who was struck was Cosbi, the daughter of Tesur. He was head of the people of a father's house in Midian. And we have the name of God right there. Spoke to Moshe, saying, distress the Midianites, and you shall strike them. For they distressed you with their tricks, with which they deceived you in the matter of Peor and the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of a leader of Midian, their sister, who was struck in the day of the plague because of Peor. All right, so another key point to see here to know, you may be getting tricked. All right, so dealing with people from a foreign land and things like that, there's a lot of different things as far as upbringing, culture, eating habits, everything, not just religion. So you might make sure you get into the right thing, learn about them as much as you can, because you're not from those people, and you have to be able to make sure you're not getting tricked or deceived. It's a lot that goes on when dealing from people not from your land. So as far as women goes, if you're a woman that's not into this religion, it's probably best to stay away from those men that try to come after you or that you find interest in some ways. You may not be able to change that person. They may not follow your ways, and they may see your ways as evil. All right, so that's something that you don't want to be looked at, because those who are in the same religion or culture as you may not look at you as evil. All right, so that's going to be key there. And we'll get the key points out. But other than that, y'all have a good night.